Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about the back exercise of lesson 18, that pollution of air and water. We already discussed the chapter. Now we will going to discuss the back exercise questions. So be ready for that one. Right. First question, I am just taking it out from the NCERT. What are the different ways in which water gets contaminated? You have to explain what are the different ways by which water can get contaminated. So what we can write down under this question? What we can write down? We can write down by the following ways. When the proper disposal, like the garbage will be there, industrial waste, you can write different ways. You can write down different ways by which water gets contaminated. Different ways by which water gets contaminated. Right? In which we can write down industrial waste. We can explain industrial waste. When we will not remove the impurities from it, it will contaminate the water. Then domestic waste. Then agricultural waste. So what you will do, you will explain the different forms that contaminated the water. You will explain all these things, right? And after that we can agriculture waste, in which we can write down the fertilizers and the pesticides they used to when they will dissolve in the water, they get washed away and they get contaminated the water. Domestic waste, we can say that in the domestic waste, when we are throwing the waste like the kitchen garbage or the washroom garbage and directly in the bins, sink, then it will also create the water polluted. Industrial waste, when it is not treated, because so many things like in the industrial waste will be there. If it will not treated, they will contaminate the water. After that you can say dispose of garbage. As we had discussed the idols, right? When we will throw the idols of the god and the goddesses, they also contaminated the water. When we will bury the dead, instead of bury the dead bodies, when we will throw the dead bodies into the water, they also gets the water contaminated, right? Now the second question we will write. What is the second question? At an individual level, how can you help to reduce air pollution? So what is your duty? What is your duty? How you can reduce the air pollution? What you will do? Being a citizen, what you will do? Write down the second answer. Write it down. How can you help to reduce the air pollution? By following ways. What are the different ways by which you can reduce the air pollution? What you will do? Use public transport. Use public transport. Because when we will use public transport, so that means pollution will be less, right? Second, what we can do, another things, generate awareness among people. Generate awareness among people. Among people about the harmful effect of the air pollution. Okay? Generate awareness among people about harmful effects of air pollution and the different disease caused by this pollution. We have to aware the people. What we can do, another thing, plant more trees. For this, Van Mahotsav celebrated plant more trees, right? Why we will plant more trees? Because to keep the environment clean, because it will absorb the harmful products. Then last we can write down, do not use vehicle for the short distance. Do not use vehicles for short distance. But another thing we can do, we should not burn. We can write down another point. Do not burn leaves, dry leaves. Do not burn dry leaves. Instead of burning, what we have to do, we have to burn it and make a compost from this. Another, what we can write down, do not burn plastic also. You can write here one another point. Do not burn plastics. Do not burn plastics, as it will also produce the harmful gases, right? Do not throw garbage on the roads. And one more thing we can use, catalytic converter. Like catalytic converter should be installed in factories. Converters should be used in industries so that harmful gases will be not gone into the atmosphere. Right? Now the next question we are having, clear transport water is always fit for drinking, comment. Right? Clear question is, clear transport water is always fit for drinking? No. The water that, but we can say कि when we will see the water and if the water is clear, that means the transparent. So isn't that fit for drinking? No. No. That is not true. That is not true. That is not true. That clean, transparent water is always fit for drinking. You can write, no, that is not true. That clean, transparent water is fit for drinking. No, it's not necessary. If we will see and water is transparent, that means it is a pure water. It will not. So what we have to do, it is possible that they may cause or they may carry disease causing microorganisms. You can write down the reason why it is not fit. It may carry waterborne diseases, microorganism. You can also write, it may carry that the disease causing, you can say it may carry disease causing microorganisms, microbes. It may carry the disease causing microbes, right? So it must be purified. So it must be purified before drinking, right? It must be purified before drinking. Now, next question. You are a member of municipal body of your town. Make a list of measures that would you help your town to ensure the supply of clean water to all its residents. What we have to do, what they used to do. Definitely, tank should be cleaned time to time. Chlorine tablet should be used. The water supply pipes should not be come in contact with the sewage pipe. What three measures? The three measures the municipal bodies हैं that they will take care. Number one, that is the do not mix the time to time check. Chlorine tablet should be used, and the sewage pipe should be separate from the clean drinking water. Right? Next question: the difference between pure water and polluted water. That I am going to write. What is the difference between the pure and the polluted air? Pure air and polluted air. What we can write under this? Pure air and polluted air. Definitely in the pure air, definite composition will be there. Definite composition of gases will be there. Is it clear? That means 78% nitrogen, you can say 78% nitrogen, right? 21% oxygen and 0.03% carbon dioxide. That means the definite composition will be there in the pure air. And in the polluted air, no such definite composition of these gases. No definite composition of gases. Right, beta? Then the second point, what we can write down in this, the water vapor, ozone, methane is present in a small quantity. We can write methane, ozone and water vapors present in small quantity. Present in small quantity. And what will be there in the polluted air? Definitely it is having the harmful gases. What are the harmful gases? You can say sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide gases are there. Right? What another thing we can write it here? It is fresh. You can write third point we will write down here. What third point we will write? It is fresh and healthy for lungs. It is fresh and healthy for lungs. And what we will write down over there? It can cause respiratory diseases. It can cause respiratory diseases. Is it clear, beta? The difference between the pure air and polluted air. Right, beta? Now the next question, we are having the next question. Explain the circumstances leading to the acid rain. Leading to the acid rain. How does acid rain affect us? That we will know how the acid rain will affect us. Write down. I will just write down the hints. You can explain the question according to you. Acid rain, first of all, you will write down what is acid rain. When the nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide are the pollutants which react with the water. Acid rain क्या होती है? When the acid rain. You will write down when the amount of the acid in the rainwater is excess, then it causes the acid rain. So how acid rain occurs? That already you know. When the nitrogen dioxide comes in contact with the water in the air, rain, then it will form nitric acid. This will form nitric acid. And when the sulfur dioxide gas, as first of all, I am just explaining it here. Look here, as the sulfur is burning, sulfur burns with the oxygen in presence of air, that forms the sulfur dioxide. When this sulfur dioxide comes in the rainwater, right, then it will form H2SO3, that is sulfurous acid. Sulfurous acid. By this way, acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, these gases make the acid rain, or they will produce acid rain. And what are the different effects? What are the different effects over here? That already you know. Effects क्या होते हैं? Marble cancer, right? First effect you can say marble cancer, because it always harm to the marbles. Acid rain, when put it over the marble, it causes the marble cancer. I am writing the hints. You can explain. Marble cancer. Second, acid rain, what will happen? It increases the corrosion of metals. It increases the corrosion of metals. corrosion of metals. It will harm to the aquatic life also. It will harm to the aquatic life. But other effects, it causes a damage to the plants and animals. Causes damage to plants and animals. What other effects you can write? Skin problems, that means skin diseases occur. Right? Different effects will be there. You can explain it in a proper way. You can write on the one another example. As we had discussed sulfur, so same in the form of carbon. Coal burns in oxygen, it will produce carbon dioxide, and when carbon dioxide comes in the rain water, it will form H2CO3, that is carbonic acid. This is called carbonic acid. You can explain according to your wish. You can write down these equations. Now the next question is, describe the greenhouse effect in your own words. You can explain the greenhouse effect. Write down. What is greenhouse effect? It means the warming of the Earth's environment. Greenhouse effect. What do you mean by the greenhouse effect? It means the warming of the Earth's environment. We already discussed when the sun rays falls on the Earth, right? That atmosphere, it traps the radiation, and due to the harmful gases like carbon dioxide, it traps the heat inside it, right? It will not allow the heat radiation to go back. It traps the radiation, and that causes the greenhouse effect, right? Next question, describe the threat to the beauty of the Taj Mahal. That you know, but we can write down threat to the beauty of the Taj Mahal. What is the different threat? What is the threat to the Taj Mahal? Taj Mahal has become a matter of concern. It become a matter of concern due to pollution, due to pollutants in air, because it discoloring. ये उसके मार्बल के इफेक्ट को डिसकलरिंग कर रहा है. डिसकलरिंग इट्स व्हाइट मार्बल. यू कैन राइट डाउन द वन वर्ड, इट discoloring of white marble because of the pollutants. You can write pollutants cause, या pollutants क्या कर रहे हैं? Pollutant discoloring of the white marble. Acid rain due to increasing air pollution had started. Acid rain, you can write down, acid rain corroded the marble, right? Acid rain corroded the marble. SPM, that is suspended particulate matter. What do you mean by SPM? That is suspended particulate matter. कौन कौन से हैं? Like soot particles, you can say emitted by the different refinery, you can say Mathura refinery contributed towards the yellowing. These kind of suspended particulate matter, suspended particulate matter, right? What it will causes? It will the yellowish the marble, right? They become the yellowish. They cause the marble yellowish marble. That is due to the suspended particle. And what we can say under the suspended particle, what are the different things will come? Sooty particles, refinery pollution. So that's why Taj Mahal is the concern, right? We have to concern about the Taj Mahal, right? Next question is, why does increased level of nutrients in the water affect the survival of aquatic organisms? That means, why does the increased level of nutrients in the water affect the survival of aquatic animals. Write down. Last question. Write down beta. Increased level of nutrients in the water affected the survival of aquatic organism as these. क्यों वो survival मुश्किल है? As these, जो the nutrients that are present in the water or aquatic bodies, as these act the nutrients, as these acts as the nutrients for algae, right? As these are the nutrients for the algae to flourish, right बच्चे? As these are the act as the nutrients for algae to flourish, and once the algae die, they serve as food for the decomposers. And as the algae die, they serve as food for decomposers, right? Decomposers act on it. They food for the decomposers. कौन से decomposers? Like bacteria, right? And a huge amount of oxygen. Decomposers like bacteria, right? So bacteria will be more, and they will use the dissolved oxygen in the water body, and this results in the decrease in the, मतलब you can write, they will use the dissolved oxygen, right, and makes the water bodies, makes the oxygen deficient aquatic, makes the oxygen deficient water bodies. So the other organisms that live in the water, they will not get the sufficient amount of oxygen and they will die, right? These all the questions that you have to write down in your FAIR notebook, right? If any problem, you can ask me. Thank you.